Hello and a very special and warm welcome to yet another episode of Influencer Times. I'm Influencer Times and thank you so much for tuning in and for watching me today on this very cloudy and very wet June afternoon 2017. So as always, thank you so much for joining me as we continue to go in search of Britain's most abandoned and derelict places. Now this broadcast is only going to be a very short broadcast, and the whole reason and purpose behind that is because this next location, as you can see just by looking behind me, we're actually going to be going into this railway tunnel, and because it's so dark and because it's so long, it is absolutely impossible for me to get any kind of telephone signal in there whatsoever. So what I'm going to have to do is do this very short live broadcast here from outside the tunnel, and then what we'll do is we'll finish the broadcast and then I will take you into the tunnel and we'll actually go and explore this tunnel, but I will be doing that as a later kind of video, if you like, so I'll be updating that video later today. But as always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to watch me as we continue to go in search of Britain's most abandoned and derelict and fascinating places. Now, just to give you a little bit of an update, and for those of you that are watching this live broadcast right now, or if you're watching this broadcast on Facebook later today, or even on our Facebook page, and this is the first broadcast that you've watched, you have joined us at episode 35, if I'm not mistaken, episode 35 of series 2. And if you would like to know more, if you would like to watch, if you'd like, if you like what I'm doing, if you find this broadcast, and if you find the video message that I'm about to do a little bit later today interesting, and you would like to know more, or you'd like to watch more, then fear not, because there are 4 very simple and easy ways that you can catch up with Influencer Times and watch all the other 34 episodes of Influencer Times in 4 easy ways. If you go to the Facebook and just join the Facebook page, so if you just type in Influencer Times, you can join the Influencer Times Facebook page, and you can scroll through all the different posts. You can catch up with all the photographs and all the information and watch all the broadcasts at your leisure. You can read about all the Influencer Times episodes that we've done, and you can read about all the locations that we've visited so far. Now, to make things a little bit easier, if YouTube is your thing, and I know I find YouTube a lot easier, then fear not, because all you have to do is type in, if you go to YouTube and just type in Influencer Times, you can subscribe to my channel, and on there will be all 34 episodes of Influencer Times, including today's, and also the pre-recorded message that I'm going to do a little bit later this afternoon anyway. So you can catch up with every episode, you can watch every episode at your leisure, or you can just pick the ones that take your fancy. You can also join our Influencer Times blog. So if you go to your search page, to Google or whatever it is that you're using, just type in www.influencertimes.blogspot.co.uk, and on there will be some photographs that I've taken in the past couple of episodes that I've done, and it will be a little bit of information about each photograph, where it's taken, and just a little bit of information about what the photograph's about and that kind of thing. So it's just kind of like a journal or diary. Now, if you want to, you can visit my website page. I have my own website page, which is www.camdronephotography.co.uk. If you click on there, you can look at all my camdrone photography, aerial pictures and photography and work that I've done over the last couple of years. And obviously, because the weather is improving, unlike today, but obviously when the weather starts to improve, I will be going out flying with my drone and taking lots of aerial photography, as well as making some films that I'll be doing over the next couple of years. So there's plenty to look forward to. Now, on the home page of my website, you will see a heading saying, I think it says like Influencer Times and Memorabilia. If you click on there, it will open up lots of different locations. In fact, it will open up every single location that Influencer Times, whether we've done a broadcast from that location or not, every single live broadcast or every single location that we've been to so far in the series, right from episode 1 all the way up to today's, will be on the website. So there'll be all the photographs along with all the information about each individual place. You can read about each place if you're interested. Now, obviously, a website is slightly a bit more technical, so all the live broadcasts, I haven't quite worked out how you put live broadcasts on there. I don't think you can. But obviously, it would be incredibly time consuming if I uploaded every single broadcast onto my webpage. So it's a lot easier, if you prefer, to go to the YouTube channel or Facebook, and obviously the website is more for kind of the information and the photography and that kind of thing. So whatever takes your fancy, really. So there's 4 easy ways that you can catch up and keep up to date with me, Influencer Times, in this fascinating series. if this is your first time, we are in series 2, so we're at this is 35 today, so we're now in series 2, which is absolutely incredible. So you can catch up with everything on Facebook, YouTube and the website, which will be series 1, which we did right up to episode 30, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like 30, and now we're on series 2, so we've done about 5. I think this will be about the 5th episode we've done of series 2. Now obviously this series is absolutely extraordinary. Now I don't know about you guys, I don't know, maybe you've only watched bits and pieces, maybe there's certain episodes that you found more interesting than others, and obviously I do try and make every episode as interesting as possible. For me personally, this has to be one of the most extraordinary things that I have ever done and ever accomplished in my whole life. Not only is it an absolute, I don't know, it's just incredible to visit places like this. And I think back to some of the places that I've taken you and I've shown you. This is just the most extraordinary journey I've ever done. I've never done anything like this, and it is absolutely, unbelievably the most, I don't know, it's just fascinating, because every place is different from each other. I mean, every place has got its own atmosphere, every place is obviously different in the sense that it's different locations, but it is absolutely extraordinary. And I'm just so glad, for those of you that are watching now or even later today, it doesn't matter whether you've watched lots of broadcasts, whether you've watched every episode, or whether you've only picked out certain ones, or if you've just picked out the ones because you've got the time to, it doesn't matter. I'm so glad that you could join me in watching some of these live broadcasts. I can see lots of people tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Now, as I mentioned earlier, just a couple of minutes ago, this is going to be a very short broadcast, and the reason being because I'm going to be taking you in that tunnel very soon. Now there's no way I can get a telephone signal, so I can't do a live broadcast. As much as I would love to, I'm going to have to do a pre-recorded message. So hopefully you'll watch this live broadcast, and then later today I will be uploading the video of me going actually in there, and we'll be going as far as we can possibly go, and I'm going to tell you where we am in just a couple of moments time. As always, thank you for everybody for tuning in and for watching today. Thank you so much for your time. It's my pleasure and joy as always to have your company, and I'm so glad that you could join me today. And I'm so grateful to you all, to everybody. It doesn't matter how many times you've watched, even if this is just your first one. I am so grateful to all of you for all your support, for coming on this journey with me. As I mentioned, it's just the most incredible thing I've ever done, and I'm just so privileged. I feel very privileged and humbled in a way to visit some of these places, because places like this you wouldn't know exist if you don't know where they are, and just some of the places I've been to are just amazing. And it looks like the heavens are going to open, so I'm going to get cracking before we get absolutely drenched. So thank you to everybody. Now, this series is going to go on for quite some time. Obviously we're on episode 35, so we have got plenty more coming your way. Stay tuned, keep watching, because I've got lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of locations coming away. I've certainly got more books coming out, and possibly even some other bits and pieces as well. Can you hear the rain? I'm absolutely drenched, so maybe it's an idea if I pick you up and we just go a bit further into the tunnel in a drive. So don't go anywhere, stay with me, okay? I'm just going to try and get out of the rain for a bit. Let's go up here. Okay, so it's a little bit drier. That's better. Okay, so welcome to episode 35 of series 2. We are in Nottingham, so that's where we am today. Now, just to give you a little bit of an update as to a couple of things. Obviously, we did episode 33, which I believe was the absolutely phenomenal, well, I say phenomenal, it was the most incredible place I've ever been to, the Tiny Tots TV set in Warwickshire. I've had the most viewings. I think I've had over nearly, I don't know, I think it's something like 150 or 180 for just that one episode alone. I've had the most viewings, the most ratings, and the most incredible feedback, the most positive feedback and the most amazing feedback from fans and people from all over the world have just been messaging me and things, saying how interesting they found it and how how they've enjoyed the series. So that was absolutely amazing, and I'm so glad that a lot of you could join me for that episode. Now, last week we did episode 34, which was the Friargate Station in Derby, which again was a fascinating place to visit. Now, I am going to be going back to that location because I don't know if you remember in that broadcast I mentioned that there was an underground kind of area. It turns out that there is actually a basement to that station, a huge basement which covers the entire perimeter, if you like, of that whole building, but it's all underground. Now, obviously I'm not going to be able to do a live broadcast from there, but I will be doing another visit to that location in the near future. And for those of you that are up to date with me on Facebook, I've just bought myself a brand new camcorder, a very nice camcorder, which will I will be taking along with my mobile phone on all the locations from today onwards. I haven't got it with me today, but after today. So I will be doing a live broadcast and filming from my brand new camcorder at exactly the same time. So you'll be able to watch everything live, and if we get any technical issues or any technical problems, you will be able to watch that entire episode on or from my new camcorder, which I'll be uploading as a separate video onto Facebook and YouTube, so you won't miss anything. And I've also bought one of those LED lamps, so we'll be able to see everything in the dark. So you'll be able to see what it's like in absolute darkness, you'll be able to see everything. So it's quite a bit going on, really. Now, the other day I did try and do 2 episodes right here in Nottinghamshire. Now, I'm not going to mention where those locations were, but I was unable to do either episode. I was hoping to do 1 or at least 2 on, I believe it was Saturday just gone, and I couldn't do either one, so I was gutted that I couldn't do a live broadcast. So I've come here today. So we're in Nottingham, just a couple of, I don't know, we're in Mapperley, okay, a kind of an area of Nottingham. It's called Mapperley, and we're actually standing at the entrance of Mapperley Railway Tunnel, and that's what this place is. So just to give you a little bit of historical information, and then I'll finish the broadcast, and then I'll get on and crack on and do the pre-recorded message as we go in there. So this tunnel was built in around I believe it was like 1856, something around there. 1856 was when this tunnel was built, and it was used up until the 1960s. So it was used for quite a long time. Now, there's not a lot of information, so I'm only going to give you a very, very short snippet. So it was built in about 1856, something like that, and it closed in 1916. It was used by 3, if I'm not mistaken, 3 separate or different railway companies. Great Northern Railway, Central, something like Central Railway, and Urban, something like Urban Railway or something like that. There was 3 separate railway companies that used this tunnel. Now, from what I can make out, well, you can't really see, I believe this tunnel was twin tracked, so it had 2 tracks side by side. Okay, now it doesn't say where the railway lines actually ran to and from, but obviously this line would have run towards or into Nottingham and back out, I would imagine. So this tunnel would have led or leads towards the Nottingham direction. So at some point that's what would have happened. But I couldn't tell you, if I show you behind us, I couldn't tell you where it would have gone. I've no idea. Obviously that's where the railway lines would have been, but I've no idea where it would have gone. I don't know. Now, this tunnel is 1,134 yards long, which is mind-blowing. Now, Cosley Tunnel is 360 yards long, and that's quite long. So this is probably 3, 6, 9, just over 3 times as long or longer than Cosley Tunnel. Now, I've already been in this tunnel today. Okay, so I've taken lots of photographs outside and inside. Now, the tunnel is in a more or less a straight line. Okay, as you go in, about a quarter of the way in, there's one of those ventilation shafts which leads to a pepper pot. I think they call them pepper pots. It's kind of the shape of the ventilation, the top of the ventilation shaft. I've no idea where it comes out, in the middle of a field somewhere, I think. But there's a ventilation shaft, and as you go further into the tunnel, there's another one, and they've actually poured junk and debris, and just it's almost like a waterfall of debris and carnage and bits of metal and plastic and wood and bits of car and all sorts. They've poured it down the ventilation shaft, so they've attempted to block off the tunnel. Now, you can get past that, and then you have to climb up a mud bank, and you've probably got about 4 feet, 5 feet of space. So you actually walk along the top of this bank of mud, and it goes on and on and on. So you can imagine you literally have to crouch like this, and if you're not careful, obviously you can kind of hit your head on the beams, on the wooden metal beams that are still arching over the tunnel, over the top of the tunnel. So you have to be really careful. Now, I made it quite far, But in the end I gave up because it just goes on and on and on. Now the other end, the south, I believe it's the south portal end, is completely blocked off, and it comes up underneath the station. Now, I don't know what station they mean, whether it's I don't know if they mean a now, like a present day station, or whether they mean a station that's no longer there. I couldn't tell you, I have no idea, and it doesn't say. I can't imagine they mean Nottingham station, because that is a couple of miles from here, which is where I've walked from, and there's no way this tunnel could go all that way. I don't think so. So I couldn't tell you, but the south end, in other words that end, is blocked off, so you can only enter from one end and walk as far as, you can pretty much walk as far as the debris, and then if you want to go further you have to crouch and kind of stoop, so to speak. So I'm just going to come out of the rain a bit more. So that's kind of all the information I give you. Now, I know that's not much. I know people are watching and thinking, well, that's not really much to go on. That's all the information there is. There is a lot of information about the train companies and everything, but obviously I can't possibly memorise all that information from you, but that's probably the most important information. That it was built in 1856, closed in 1960, and was used by 3 separate railway companies. Twin line tunnel, 1,134 yards long. And like I said, it closed in 1960. Now it does say one of the reasons why it closed in 1960 was because there was a roof collapse. Now, I don't know how far in the tunnel that would have been, I don't know. I would imagine quite far, towards the south end, if you like. But there was actually a rooftop collapse. So obviously the rooftop of the tunnel collapsed, and subsequently, or because of that, they then closed the tunnel around shortly after in 1960. So that's just to give you a little bit of information. That is all the information I can give you, I'm afraid. I am so sorry I can't give you any more, and I'm really sorry I can't take you in there as much as I'd love to. I can take you as far as I can go, but you're just going to lose the signal. I mean, I'll take you in a little bit. I will show you a little bit just before I go, because I don't want to just cut it off there. So there's the entrance. So I'm just going to show you. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to scroll that's better. I've just scrolled you to one side. Thank you so much for watching. So you've got like the entrance there. So you've got like graffiti, and then it just goes in. Now you can see all the debris on the floor. We've got like massive big bits of wood. We've got bits of trolley, and then over that side you've got, let me just show you. It's kind of like, got like bits of the wall that have broken away. So you've got like these 2 bits that have kind of come away, they've kind of opened up. So it's falling apart there. So let me I'm going to walk in a little bit further with you. Just a little bit. And I'm just hoping the signal's not going to cut out. And then I'm going to finish, and then I'm going to do a very short video of us going actually in here. Now, obviously, I know you can't see me, but I am here. That's better. There you go. You can see me better. Now, I know you can't see anything. I just wish you could. I don't know if you can see. I was going to show you the beams up there, but I don't think you can. I have got a torch in my pocket, so just bear with me 1 second. Let's put it on a... Okay, so I don't know if you can you can't really see them. Can you see that? I know it's not much to see, but those are what's left of the beams on the ceiling, just up there. They're like the wooden beams. So you can't really see anything, can you? There. And then you've got like your passing station. I'll just show you. You've got like your passing station here. Just there. See it there? But that is where I'm going to be going very, very soon. You can't even see it. I'm just really sorry that this broadcast isn't very good. It's kind of like, I just can't do any more with you. Obviously, it's like pitch black. I can't wait till I get my lamp, because then you'll be able to see a lot more. But this is as far as I can take you guys. I can't take any further because there's just no signal. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to finish the broadcast. I'm so sorry that you've tuned in and thought, well, that wasn't very good. I appreciate that. Obviously, it's just absolutely pitch black. Like I said, there's no signal in there whatsoever, and I just can't take you any further. Otherwise, we're just going to lose the signal altogether. But at least I've given you a bit of the information. So hopefully, stay tuned, keep watching, because I will be posting the video of us actually going in this tunnel later today. And I'm hoping that even though I've only got my torch, hopefully you're going to be able to see something. So that's it for now, guys. very short. See, we're losing the signal already. Very short and sweet. I'm going to finish there. So stay tuned, keep watching. Like I said, the video will be up later today. So I'll just give you one last look at the tunnel so you can just see what it is. Look, so you can see the wooden beams. But it's a huge tunnel, absolutely massive tunnel. And that's obviously behind us. So we're in this like gully where the railway line would have been, just there. So that'll give you an idea of where we am. I just wish I could take you in there. I really do. That's the only thing about doing things like this. There's just no signal. But so that's the tunnel. So I'm going to finish there. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Look out for the video that I'm going to be posting on Facebook and YouTube later today or tomorrow. So from me and Mapperley Railway Tunnel, Mapperley Abandoned Railway Tunnel in Nottingham, just outside Nottingham, in a place called Mapperley, which is like just the outskirts of Nottingham. So from me and Mapperley Tunnel, it's bye for now. Stay tuned, keep watching. Sorry if you didn't find this interesting, guys. I'm really, really sorry. And obviously the weather's not helping because it's a really crappy day. I'm absolutely soaked. And I've got squelchy feet, and they're really, I don't know if you can see, they're just covered in mud. You can see all the mud. So you can imagine walking up to this tunnel was a lot of fun. I've got mud, and my trainers are just sloppy and slodgy and yucky. So anyway, thank you for watching this very short, brief broadcast. Stay tuned, keep watching. Episode 36 will be coming very soon. What I'm going to probably do is have a little bit of a break, because obviously this is, you wouldn't believe it, but this is extremely tiring when I have to squeeze all this in to my days off, and sometimes I get one day off. It can be extremely tiring, so I'm going to have a little bit of a break for probably about a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then episode 36 will be coming your way now. I did put an event, didn't I, on Facebook, saying the big 3-5. The only reason why I've made this episode 35 is because I can squeeze this in before anything else. So don't worry too much. I haven't forgotten about that event or that kind of poster that I put on Facebook. That will be episode 36, and we will be going to that location very soon, in the next couple of weeks. Like I said, I'd like a week or two just to kind of have a break and a breather. And obviously I want to, what I might do is actually try and squeeze in and go back to Friargate Station in Derby with my new camcorder and the light, and do another pre-recorded video message from the basement. So that will be part 2, if you like, of Friargate Station, which I'd like to squeeze in before we go to that other location in the next couple of weeks. So there's still lots to look forward to. There's still things coming your way. But yeah, that's all I can do now for now, guys. So just keep watching, really. But thank you for joining me. I'm going to quickly go before my battery power runs out. I want to get in there and get this message done. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Have a great day, and watch out for the video coming your way later today. So from me, hello, and a very special welcome to this video message that I'm currently doing. So first of all, thank you so much for tuning in, for watching, and for watching this video message. Now, the whole reason and purpose behind this video message is because of where I am today. Now, first of all, thank you so much for tuning in and for watching. Like I said, I am Influencer Times, and I'm so glad that you could join me as we are now about to explore our next location. So, to everybody, whether you've watched the live broadcast already today, or whether you're brand new and you've never watched something like this before, a very special warm welcome to every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in and for watching this video message. Now, the reason I can't do a live broadcast, and the reason why I've had to do a separate live broadcast to this video message, is simply because we're about to go and explore this incredible abandoned railway tunnel. And because there is absolutely no way of getting any telephone signal in there whatsoever, this is the only way I can do this video message, is to do a pre-recorded message and take you in that way. So, welcome to episode 35. To this place. This is episode 35 of series 2, and welcome to this place. This is Mapperley Abandoned Railway Tunnel. So we are in Nottingham, so just a short distance away from Nottingham, and we're near a place called Mapperley, which is the outskirts of Nottingham, and we are at the abandoned railway Mapperley Tunnel. Now, this tunnel was built in 1856 and closed in 1960, and it closed in 1960 shortly after a rooftop collapse. It happened right down the other end of the south porthole end of this tunnel. This tunnel is quite big, and in fact it's big enough for 2 rail lines, and 3 train companies used this very tunnel. Great Northern Railway, Central Railway, and also Urban Railway, or something like Urban Railway. And between them, they used this railway tunnel. So it's wide and big enough for 2 railway lines that would have run parallel next to each other. I'm at the northern end, and the south end is down that way. And as we go into the tunnel, as we approach and go further into the tunnel, you'll see that there are some ventilation shafts. Now the first one is completely clear and open, you can see it. The second one has been, there's loads of debris and everything that's kind of come down. And we'll have a look at that in a minute, but that's just a very, very quickly giving out of where we are. And the reason why I'm talking quite quickly is because I'm conscious of battery power, and I just want to get this broadcast or this video message done before we run out of battery power altogether. So that's where we are. Mapperley abandoned railway tunnel, just outside Nottingham, and we're here right now. So to everyone who's already watched the live broadcast, thank you so much for watching the broadcast, and I'm hoping that you'll rejoin and come back to watch this critical message. Like I said, to everybody who's watching, thank you so much. Hopefully you will find this video message interesting. I've got my torch with me because we are going to need it because it is extremely dark. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick you up, give you a quick look about, and we're going to go and have a look. So let me just pick you up first. That's it. Just pick up the legs. So I'm going to quickly show you. So that is where the railway line would have been. So it would have been that way. Now I've no idea which direction or where that would have led to, but that's where the railway line would have been. Okay, so it would have come up to here. And this is the tunnel. And you can see there's lots of debris. There's like bricks and bits of timber. So let's just give you an idea so you can see how big this tunnel is. It's absolutely massive, huge tunnel. So you can see all the debris. You've got like a trolley, as you do. And then that's obviously looking into the tunnel. So you've got this debris here at the entrance. But you can see how the walls have kind of caved in a little bit. So just you can see there, look. You've got these little holes, and then you've got like a passing station just down there, which we'll have a look at in a minute anyway. So that's where we am. Okay, so let's go and have a look. Let's go and check out this next location. So this is episode 35 of series 2, Mapperley Railway Tour. Okay, so I'm going to put my torch on so you can see where we're going. And we are heading all the way up there. So what I'm going to do, let me just change hands, guys, because it's a bit more, it's kind of easy. I'm kind of like right-handed. Ooh. I've just pressed the button on my torch. It's flashing away there. Let's make sure I get it on the full beam. Ah, there we go. So there you can see the passing station. So there's the passing station. So let's go have a look. Let's go and check out this tunnel. So you can see, if I show you, I'll tell you what I'll do. Just bear with me a second. Let's just walk past it. I'm going to keep the torch in front of the camera so you can see something. So let me just, can you believe, guys, that we are going to go all the way up there? Right up there. So I'm just going to pan. I'm hoping, there you go, so you can see. So we're just in the tunnel now. So if I just turn the camera around, you can see what's left of, I'm hoping, the beams. And there you go, look, you see the beams? So you've got these great big wooden beams that are what's left in the tunnel here. So you've got them just there, right there, look. You can just see them right. There you go. And obviously that's the entrance that we've come in. So, let's go have a look and check out this tunnel. It's got lots of water. But if I just show you in here, and as with any railway abandoned tunnel, it is absolutely freezing. In fact, I'll show you. You see that? It is icy cold in here. So if you're wondering what that mist is, it's just my breath. But I'll just show you what it's like in here, look. So you can see like the different colours in like bricks, can't you? it's like dark, and then you get like these bright, so you can see like the line, can you see it? Just there, look. So that's obviously like the brick, they must have built a brick wall up to there and used different coloured bricks to build the roof. And obviously the centre bit is quite black. I would imagine that's probably from all like the soot and the smoke and things coming from the trains, but it's like quite black there. Then it comes down. But you can see it's a big tunnel. So there's one side there, look. And then you've got the other side just there. So let's go check out. Let's go further in. Okay, so I've got about 17 minutes to kind of get this done, so we've got plenty of time. So let's just keep walking. And at some point, I'll turn the torch off, and you can see what it's like in here in absolute darkness. And you can probably tell just by my voice, if I stop walking, you can probably tell just by the way I'm talking, it's quite echoey in here. And you can probably just about hear all the drops of water as well. As we get further into the tunnel, there is a lot more water. So yeah, we'll have to dodge all the drops of water. And the floor's not too bad. You can see the floor's it's kind of like this soft mud, so it's not too bad in here actually. But you can see some parts, it's really quite wet and gooey. So you've got all the lime scale. See that, look? All the lime scale. Looks like diamonds, doesn't it? See how it's all shining on the wall there? So just give you one last look. So you can just kind of see. So there's the entrance. And you come down. It's fascinating. Anyway, let's get going. So we've got like this thing here in the middle, look. So you've got to be quite careful. It's like 2 bits of timber, or 3 bits of timber there, and you've got like a little hole. And there's like water. So if you can see there's like water under there, so you've got to be quite careful really. Okay. Oh my gosh. It is so dark in here, guys. I have to say, I don't mind doing things like this, especially things like tunnels and stuff. I don't mind doing it, even though it's completely pitch black. I mean, I cannot see anything without this torch. I mean, if I take the torch away, you can see how dark it is. And if I turn the camera, there's the entrance. I have to say, I don't mind doing things like this. However, I am a little bit... I'm not so bad now because I've already been here once today. I've already been in here and taken photographs and stuff, so I don't feel too bad. But when I first came in here, I was a little bit apprehensive, simply because of the episode that I did in Dudley Tunnel last year. And if you've seen that broadcast, or if you've seen that message, you'll know what I mean. I kind of saw something in there, which I can't explain. So anything like this, I always get a little bit apprehensive because it just reminds me of Dudley Tunnel. But this has got a completely different feel to it. It doesn't feel anything like Dudley Tunnel at all. I don't know, it feels absolutely fine in here. I don't know, Dudley Tunnel's just got a really eerie, strange, silence kind of feeling to it. I don't know, I can't explain it. It's just very different. But you can see the floor. It's just like got like stones and stuff on the floor. Oop, just got dropped on the head by some water. If I just give you another quick look. So you can see we've come quite far, but look at that. It's just incredible. It's absolutely amazing in here. Yeah, it's so cold, look. You see that? That's how icy cold it is. Which you would imagine it would be anyway, because we're obviously underground. And no sunlight gets in here, no sort of source of warmth. So obviously it stays cold all the time. So you've got like what's left of another passing station there. Just kind of collapsed a little bit. Okay, so you can probably tell, or probably hear, It's quite, you can probably hear the water. There's a lot of drops of water. Oh, my voice is echoing a lot. So you've got this underground kind of water system in here as well. You've just got to be so careful when you walk through places like this. So that's obviously the grill, the cover. You've just got to be really, really careful when you come in places like this, especially when it's completely dark. You've just got to be so careful. Oh. Okay, so I'm walking quite fast, guys, because obviously I just want to make sure we get to the end, so that I can show you the whole tunnel. Well, I say the whole tunnel, as far as we can get, because obviously we can't walk all the way to the other end because it's blocked off. But I really do want to try and make it all the way to the end, to as far as I can take you, before I lose battery power. Okay, so I'm just walking along the side, because it's a bit drier this way. And I'm obviously consciously aware of the fact that you're just looking at my torch, but that's the only way I can do it. So I am so sorry. But I will stop every so often just to kind of give you a look, so you can at least see something. So, if I just stand back, just put my foot in some squidge. So if I just start, as you can see, passing station, look. And we are going up there. I don't know if you see that? There. So can you actually see, if you look really carefully, can you see the beam? So you can see that beam there, look, how it arches over the top of us. But can you see how it's ribbed? It's almost like a ribbed effect. And to me, they almost look like charcoal, but I suppose they're just rotting away. But those, and they're literally you can't see it here. They're literally all the way down. Look, you see it? Almost like ribs, like a rib cage. So it's like the beams that run over the arch of the tunnel. But it's just amazing. It is absolutely extraordinary in here. Got the line scale. Can you see how far it runs? Look. All the line scale. You can see the floors wet. So you can see we've come quite far already. There's the entrance. But yeah, you can see that, all the beams on the ceiling. It's just amazing. And to think this tunnel was built in 1856? It's just incredible. Ooh. Sorry, you're going to have to bear with me, guys, because I'm literally just trying to watch where I'm walking. As you can see, the floor is really, you see it's like, this is where it gets really wet. So I'm just kind of walking. I don't think, let's just see if just wonder if it's easier to walk kind of in the middle. There we go. So kind of in the middle. So we're kind of right smack bang in the middle. So there's all the lime scale, look. That's obviously looking into the tunnel. And there's the other end there. So you can see it's quite wide. That's just a wrapper. It's quite wide. Yeah, okay, let's go. Keep getting dropped on. So just walking along here. God, it is so cold. I am absolutely freezing in here. Like I said, I don't know if you can hear my echo. If I go like that, you hear it? I just don't want to hear any other voices, otherwise I will absolutely brick myself and I will run very fast with you in that direction. Down there. I will absolutely leg it. I just don't want to hear anything. Okay, so we're coming up to the very first ventilation shaft already. So we're probably about quarter of the way in the tunnel, perhaps. It's got there's one of your passing stations. But yeah, look, here's the ventilation shaft. And if I show you what I mean, you'll be able to see. There it is up there, look. The ventilation shaft. And if I just tilt, if if I just show you, so you can see what I mean. You can see all the water dripping down as well. You see it? So that's the ventilation shaft, that's the first one. We're standing right underneath it, so I'm just going to move out the way because it's incredibly wet. Okay, so this is the only trace of railway line left. And that is it, that is the only remnants of the railway line. Can you make out the sleepers? And you've got those metal things there? That is all that's left of the railway line. That's it. Okay. I don't know if you can hear lots of noises. And it's like, it's all the water dripping. Literally just dripping on like bits of, there's like cans and debris and plastic and stuff. So if you can hear lots of tapping noises, it's just the water. And if I stop just for a second, you can hear it all, can't you? Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, so we've now made it pretty much as far as we can come. So if I just show you, that's how far we've come. So that's the end, that's the entrance. You can hear all the water dripping, can't you? You can literally hear it. So if I just give you a look to show you what it's like in here. Just absolutely huge. There's another one of those like beams. So there's like a passing station there, look. And if you look, that is what they've done to the second ventilation shaft. They've literally poured loads of junk and rubble. You can just see it, can't you? If you walk just down the side, I don't know if I can show you. So if you walk just there, or if you walk the other side, there's like a wall of mud right at the back there, and you climb up it and you can literally walk the rest. I don't know how far it goes, but you can walk really far further down the tunnel, but you've only got like a couple of feet because it's like a bank of mud, so you have to literally stoop and almost stoop your way the rest of the way. But yeah, that's just like a massive pile of rubble that they've just poured in through the second ventilation shaft. So there you go. That's as far as we can pretty much. I'm not going to take any further because obviously we'd have to walk up that thing and stoop. So this is as far as I'm going to take here. It's literally just there. It's literally just there, ladies. You see it? It's just piled up there. So yeah, they've just literally chucked a whole load of rubble down through the ventilation shaft. Anyway, let's make our way back. And, let's head back out. But at least you've got an idea of what it's like in here anyway. I mean, obviously I know it's completely pitch black and you can't really see a lot, and a lot of it is just me kind of looking where I'm going, but obviously it is extremely dark, very wet, and it's the only way we can do it really. But I'm hoping you found it interesting anyway. So at least you've got a look inside the tunnel. So this is Mapperley Abandoned Railway Tunnel, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, you can see how far we've come. You can see it's just this huge big tunnel with all the lime scale. Like I said, that big pile of rubble is just up there. You can't see it on there. It's just up there. Anyway, let's head out. And then we'll finish. So it's just a really quick short video really guys, just to kind of bring you in the tunnel and show you what it's like in here. And what I'm going to do, very, very briefly, I'm just going to stop. Just give you an idea what it's like in here, in absolute darkness. And I'm literally just standing right in the middle of the tunnel and I'm just doing a 360-degree turn. And that is what it is like in here. Total and utter blackness. In fact, it's so dark in here, I can't see anything. I can only see from my neck down. I can't see any, from my neck up. I can't see anything from my neck down. And it's so dark in here, I can actually feel the darkness pressing in on me. It's that dark and intense. I can actually feel the blackness, the darkness, touching my skin and like pressing in on me. It's not a claustrophobic feeling, it's just a very intense feeling. And as I've said on previous messages I've done in Dudley Tunnel and Cozy Tunnel, I think it was, Cozy Tunnel and especially Dudley Tunnel, your senses become very heightened and I'm very consciously aware about what's around me. And I'm almost anticipating something to touch my skin. It's that kind of feeling. It's literally on the edge of, I wouldn't say on the edge of fear, it's on the edge of your emotional awareness. It's right on the edge of it. But I'm standing here and I'm absolutely, completely and utterly, like, I don't know, I'm just so consciously aware of anything touching me. That's how aware it makes you. That's how on edge, if you like. You're not on edge as in the sense of, I don't know how to explain it. On edge as in your senses become that heightened and acute. You're literally on the brink of anything that you can't explain. It's like, I don't know, it's just on the edge of being, like I said, not scared or fearful. You're right on the edge of your emotional borderline, if you like. That's what it feels like. That's what being in absolute darkness makes you feel like. Anyway, let's head out and then we'll finish there. Okay, so we've now walked, so there's the entrance. So we're now just give you one last look, because we haven't got very much memory left. Just kind of give it a move all the way up there. I'll just show you, all the way up there. So anyway, yes, we haven't got much memory left. That's the only thing about doing these pre-recorded messages, it just eats up your memory so much. And I've literally had to do this pre-recorded message in stages, because every time the memories run out, I've had to stop the video recording, and then it's allowed me to do another minute or so, and then it stopped, and then it's allowed me to do a bit more, and then it stopped again. So we're just coming up to the entrance. And I'm going to try and get to the entrance before the memory runs out. Okay, so we're now back at the entrance. So just give you another look at the entrance. So I've got about 2 minutes and 10 seconds left before I'll have no memory left. So that's where we were, all the way down there. So just give you one last look. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly finish off. So thank you so much for joining me in Influencer Times as we continue to go in search of Britain's most abandoned and derelict places, and hopefully you found this interesting. I know you probably couldn't really see a lot. It's just, I don't know, obviously it's just absolutely pitch black in there. The only way I could show you anything was through my torch, but I'm hoping you found this pre-recorded message interesting, and I'm so glad that you could join me as I took you into yet another one of Britain's most abandoned derelict places. This abandoned railway tunnel in Nottingham, the Mapperley abandoned railway tunnel just outside of Nottingham. As always, thank you so much for tuning in and for watching. I do hope, like I said, you found this interesting. It was a joy and a pleasure to have your company as we took a look and explored this fascinating, extremely dark, long tunnel. So until the next time, episode 36 will be coming your way very soon. The next couple of weeks I'm going to have a week or two's break from the series, and then episode 36 will be coming your way very soon in the near future. And I will be doing part 2 of Friargate Station, where I'll be taking you into the basement of the station and I will be filming with my brand new camcorder and the light, so at least you'll be able to see a lot more than just my torch. You'll be able to see a lot more. Until then, take care, God bless, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching this video message. Take care for now. I'll speak to you soon.